Bureau of the Dallas Police Department. And I'm here to give you an update on the kidnapping event that took place yesterday with Nicholas FIERROS Jr. Okay? As you're all aware, Nicholas FIERROS Jr. was found last night, and I'm pleased to announce that he is physically fine. He was not physically harmed. I want to thank the members of the media that distributed Nicholas's photo and told the story of his abduction yesterday. When he was found, the couple that saw him recognized him from the photo that was widely distributed through traditional and social media. Moving forward, we would continue to ask the public's assistance in locating the individuals responsible for Nicholas's abduction. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Dallas Police Department at 214-671-4268. At this time, I'm going to provide you with a little bit of an update to our investigation. First, we've been asked multiple times today if we believe that this kidnapping was a hoax. And at this point in our investigation, we do not believe that to be the case. And this is for reasons that I can't elaborate at this time due to the nature of the reasons in the ongoing investigation. Next, though, I'd like to say that we don't believe that this was a random act. Statements attributed to the suspects by the victim and his family indicate that the suspects specifically targeted the home. We want to alleviate any fear by the public that there's a crew of home invasion suspects that are just randomly breaking into homes and taking children if they don't get what they want. Okay. Additionally, we believe or have reason to believe that obtaining money was the motivation behind these suspects' actions. And it appears that the suspects took Nicholas when they were unable to get money from the home invasion. Finally, and importantly to note, this is a very active investigation. Our detectives are taking a wide range of investigative actions to identify the suspects involved. It's important that we do that, and again, we would ask for the public's help if they can help us with that in any way possible. Now, as a final statement, because of the active nature of the investigation, the number and types of questions I'll be able to answer here in a moment are going to be limited. And so I'm going to take some questions, but please don't get your feelings hurt if there's some of them that I'm not able to answer or we have to move on.
Can you tell us about the text messages that were sent? The family told us they were sent from the kidnappers to the uncle's phone, as well as a phone call demanding money, $60,000. What can you tell us about those? And
right.
How you've used that in the investigation?
So I think it goes without saying that there are technological advances that allow us to try to use that as part of the investigative protocols that we follow without going into any details. The fact that the family told you about that, I'm going to just leave it at that and not confirm or go into that in any depth, because that is an important part of our investigation.
Chief, can you touch on the fact it appears these, the gunmen, the kidnappers, they broke into the home. They believed there was large quantities of cash there. They also appeared to have known where a gun was being hidden. They were looking for a handgun that they knew to go into the bedroom to find it. Is this someone perhaps that worked with the family, a subcontractor or a family friend? Do you have any idea perhaps on the nature of the relationship between possibly the suspects and this family?
Well, it'd be hard to characterize the relationship as anything other at this point as the kidnappers of Nicholas FIERROS. Okay, that's the only relationship that we can characterize right now. Obviously, what we do in our investigations, and specifically in a case like this, where emotions would be running high, we're gonna follow back through with all of our witnesses, with our victim, with the family, and we're going to go back through this process again, asking them about anything that they might have heard, anything that might have been said that will help us to determine exactly what you're talking about, okay?
Chief, you said that some of the suspect statements led police to believe that his family was targeted. What statements are you referring to?
Well, and again, those were some of the things that I can't really get into as part of our investigative protocol. I want to keep those to ourselves. But the statements in themselves give us an indication or cause us to believe that they were there at that home specifically and had targeted that home specifically.
Is it feasible to believe that they would have that type of cash in that house, upwards of $60,000, to hand over?
Well, I can't speak for the family and what type of cash that they would keep or not keep.
I think
So
it would be,
the
unlikely.
feasibility of that, I can only tell you that from my experience, almost 28 years as a Dallas police officer now, that people in all walks of life carry all different amount of cash with them. Everything from people who carry no cash and only thing but credit cards, and people who will go out in public with hundreds of thousands of dollars on them.
Are
So,
you entertaining the theory that this might have been, these guys might have been trying to settle some sort of gambling debt?
well, a gambling debt is too specific at this point, again, to say that we're entertaining that type of a theory. We know that the folks were there and they were demanding cash. So again, we bring the family, we talk to them again, we see if once the emotion of the day has kind of passed, do they remember some things that they didn't remember previously? And we hope that that helps us begin to paint a more detailed picture.
Can you tell us anything more about the Good Samaritan and the couple that you referred to, and specifically, I think there was a woman involved who took this child?
Yes.
What
Well,
can you tell us about them?
the important thing that I can tell you about them is that she saw the photo, right? So we put out the endangered missing child. Y'all picked it up immediately. That's why I started this with a thank you to the media. You picked it up immediately. You put it out there, and so as they were driving down the street, they see a child standing in the rain, and almost instantly they begin to think, hey, that kind of looks like the child that they've talked about on the news. And so they kind of come back around, and there he still is, and so they stop, and sure enough, then they become convinced that he is the child.
How
So
helpful
nothing
has,
about the vehicle specifically that you know, right? The make, model, color, anything about the vehicle that Nicholas was in the trunk of? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, that's something that I wouldn't speak about.
how helpful has he been, and how big of a part is his statements in this investigation?
Well, his statements are a big part because he was with these folks for a period of time, and our hope is that he will remember that little something that gets us over the top of the hill.
How long was he with them?
Well, all of this event happened around 12:30 when we first got the 911 call, and then the time that he was, I want to say it was around 8 o'clock, or was it 7 o'clock? Around 7 o'clock when the lady found him. So, upwards of six plus hours.
What state was he in? I know you said he wasn't physically harmed, but.
He wasn't physically harmed, but my understanding was that he was wet because it was raining, and he was hungry, right? And so somebody got him some food. I think it was actually the Good Samaritans got him a bite to eat and got him in out of the rain.
Chief, some of the family members had expressed some concern. You guys are looking very hard to find these three suspects, but they're still out there. They know where they live. There's damage to the home. There's concern that family may be targeted again. They may be hurt again. Can you touch on that?
Okay. Well, certainly we'd be concerned just like they are. And in the division where they live, in the patrol division where they live, that patrol division, the officers who work that division, work that beat, the chief who works and is over that division is aware of this crime. And the department will work to provide, as we can, extra patrol in that area while this is going on.
All right, Joe. That's
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Sure thing.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna fit something right now?
Dang, no more, one more question, none of it.
Thanks, man.
See you tomorrow, bro.
Can you get it?